Hi, I'm Pam, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for January 2019. Do you like my Cindy Lou Who hat? I couldn't resist it. I hope you're going to have a happy and fantastic new year. This month I'm using the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck, and I pulled 5 cards for you in a rainbow tarot spread. And remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign to gain more insight and information, because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. All that being said, now onto your reading for January 2019. Hi, Sagittarius! Now on to your January 2019 Psychic Tarot reading. The first card you have is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is an earth sign, male or female. That would be either a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. Interesting, because in the yearly reading I did for you for the year of 2019 on Vimeo, which is a 10-card Celtic Cross Tarot spread, which was almost, well, it was 40 minutes long when I recorded it, so there's a lot of information in there. You had the Page of Pentacles show up. So here you have the Knight of Pentacles here. It could be the same person that was over there in that reading. There's a lot of charm and compatibility going on between you and this Knight of Pentacles. It's like you're feeling them, you're understanding them, you know where their soul is coming from. So for some of you, you have some kind of relationship going on here. Now, for some of you, I do feel it's romantic. I do. But others of you, you could have a strong connection where you really know the other person really well and have caring for them and know their soul, and they're not a love relationship, a romantic love. So you have to see how it figures out for you, Sagittarius, because it is a general reading after all. Wow. For some of you, you are deeply in love with this Knight of Pentacles, or you will be in love with them. There's a great deal of chemistry here between you and this Knight. If it's not love, you're having an interesting conversation with this Knight of Pentacles that's going to bring you in some news or insight. So first, you have to listen to these, because when the people cards come up, it's always the most challenging. They mean multiple people, multiple possibilities here in a general reading. Some of them, for some of you, this Knight of Pentacles is like wanting to give you their heart and hope that you'll take it, and they want your understanding as well. This is somebody you're going to talk with. If it's somebody you broke up with before, you're going to reconnect with them. You're going to reunite with them. So this could be somebody you had a love relationship with in the past, and you broke up, and one or the other of you is contacting one or the other, and you're talking, and you could be getting back together. If it's a breakup person. If it's not, this could be somebody that you're dating or already seeing, and your feelings for them are amping up and going to the next level. Because I do pick up most of you are in love with this Knight of Pentacles, and they with you. But there's also here with this Knight of Pentacles the energy of somebody coming in here that's going to be a bearer of news or information. And they could actually be somebody that you work with that helps you figure out or get along in some kind of project or plan or enterprise that you're working on or doing. So for some of you, this could be somebody that you hire to help you. For some of you, it could be somebody that you have some other connection with, and they are there to help you, give you news and information, and help you figure things out and what you're trying to do. You could be going to them for advice, and them to you, or them to you. But for some of you, it's love. So you need to listen to that. Again, you have the Hermit next. And the Hermit this is spiritual guidance. Your spirit guides are lighting the way and showing you the path to go. You could be the hermit, where you're taking a step back and getting a lay of the land before you proceed forward, but you're still going to be guided by your spirit guides. I see you reviewing documents and paperwork in January. And the hermit's kind of caution, like a warning over you or watching over you, and wants you to be very cautious before you sign anything. No matter what kind of legal papers could come up, be very careful, read the fine print, don't rush to sign anything. It doesn't mean don't do it. It means be sure, have paperwork. If you're unsure about it, have a lawyer look it over, or, somebody in the know that can really read it and explain it to you if you're not sure. But make sure you understand what you're signing. Don't be surprised that you don't end up finding yourself having an elevated sense of purpose in this life, and you may start communicating with the deceased. You may start channeling, or you may have mediumship come in really strongly where you're communicating with deceased loved ones. You're going to get some interesting conversations and intel and information from them in your sleep, or if you can get yourself into a meditative state and listen to their guidance, because you do have some deceased loved ones that are really trying to be guarding over you, protective over you, not wanting you to sign some documents or papers until you understand the full breadth of what is going on in them. So you really do. So this card doesn't always come up as actual spiritual guidance. It usually does in some form, but this really feels like it's on point. Like that's exactly what's happening for you in the month of January. Could even go into February or later too. You're going to start to have information that you're going to get, and you're going to start jotting it down and writing it down in a journal. And this information that you're going to get is going to start to help tell you how you can, give you directions on how to do things. And I also see you getting visions of things to come, almost like precognitive dreams, or you're getting premonitions. And this could be coming from it could be your spirit guides, but it really feels like deceased loved ones are doing it, which could in turn become spirit guides to you. And they're showing you, if you wanted to have a new business or some kind of opportunity, like that endeavor or something, they're going to start showing you the right location, the right equipment to buy, where it's going to be, or show you the future projection of what it's going to look like and how it's going to be. And it's almost like they're giving you the format of what to do. So I know that all sounds like a little bit pie in the sky and maybe a little bit weird, but you got to wait and see. Come back and listen to this again in February, mid-February, and see if this didn't end up making sense, because it may not make sense to you right now in January. So the card you have crowning your reading is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is a water sign person. This is either a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could also be you, Sagittarius, if you have a rising or moon sign that is water. That also applies to this Knight here. If you have a rising or moon sign that is earth, this could have also been you at the beginning of the reading, but it really came up like somebody else. You may feel like things are confusing with this Knight. You may feel like there's obstacles there, or like the two of you are coming at something from two totally different directions, not seeing things in the same way. He may try to be getting you on board with things, maybe wants you to travel, wants you to come with him or her somewhere, or get you on board with a plan. For some of you, this does feel like a love interest, or somebody that wants to have a love interest with you, a love relationship with you. And they may be trying to sort of manipulate you or coerce you. At the worst, at the best, it's like they just are into you and they're trying to get you on board with their plans and ideas. Now, for some of you, this may not be a love partner. This would be someone else. Whoever they are to you, they're getting antsy. They're like jiggling like they got ants in their pants. They're antsy. They want something to happen. They're impatient. They want to get going with something. Could be with you, or it could be something that they're anxious about getting on and getting along in their own life. I see you trying to decide what you want to do with them. It's like you're looking at them like, I see you going, do I humor this Knight of Cups? Or do I let them down gently or easily, or tell them what they're hoping or anticipating or what they'd like to have come to pass isn't going to happen? And it doesn't necessarily have to be love. It could be somebody else. This could be somebody that wants to have a business with you or wants to get some kind of sideline project going with you. Maybe it's a relative and they want to start a cleaning service and they want you to help them run it, or they want to start, I just say cleaning service. It could be anything, any kind of business, and they want you to be either a silent partner or a partner with them and go in on something. It could be somebody that wants a love partnership with you, because partnership feeling really is like coming up, like that's their desire. But I don't see you sure about them. And if they're not a love partner to you, you're still not sure about whatever it is that they're spinning, because they are going to be spinning something at you, what they want you to do. They may be trying to sell you an idea, sell you on an idea, coerce you into doing something. It's not necessarily bad, but I see you going, do I humor them or do I let them off the down easy and say, no, I'm sorry, I'm not interested? But it's not going to be the same for all of you. And this obviously is a karmic card, so I can't totally read what you're going to do here in the end with it, because it's part of your karmic journey. So here you have the next, you have the High Priestess. And, this card showed up in your yearly reading over on Vimeo. And I got to say, that happened for every single sign so far. I believe that at least one or two cards showed up from the yearly reading in the January reading. But that's 10 cards over there, and this is 5 over here. And you have the High Priestess. And this could be your highest spirit guide coming in to give you messages in this reading today. It could also be a card that symbolizes something is kept hidden or secret from you or by you. This card could also indicate that you could be the High Priestess, where your own psychic ability and your own intuition is really high in this month of January 2019. I see you getting really clear in your mind on what you have to do, what the directions are you want to take, and what the path is that you want to go in. Some of you are going to be dealing with this High Priestess where they may be teaching you something, giving you instruction, or giving you some kind of lessons or training. That comes up here. I feel like you look up to them, or you have a lot of faith in them, and you do want their knowledge and wisdom. And I don't usually read the High Priestess as a person. Now, which was funny, because in your yearly reading, the Magician came up as a person. And that doesn't usually happen to me either. And this is the second time in readings for you, just your sign. I don't think I got that for anybody else. This High Priestess feels like it's a person, not a concept or something else. There is going to be some kind of need for speed for you, because I get this sense like, take all the information that you gather and then do something with it, but you kind of have to do it quickly, or you have to act in a certain timely manner. So maybe some of the things that are coming up to you, if it's a business opportunity to start a business or a sideline gig or hobby, maybe there's a deadline and time's going to run out and you do have to decide. Or if it's a class that you're like, do I take this class? Do I bother going through this instruction to learn how to do this or that? There's a deadline. So you're going to, whatever this High Priestess is telling you, and that you're learning from them or that you're finding out from them, then things that follow that, you need to move on them quickly. You can't like put it off or procrastinate or delay for another day. There is going to be some time sensitivity about what she's connected to for you. If you take any classes, studies, take any tests of any kind to get certified or to get a license or a permit or some kind of certificate or anything, business license or whatever, you're going to receive high marks High marks in any tests that you have to take, regardless. Maybe you're a college student and these are, finals or midterms or whatever. You're going to do well. This is going to spur you on. And it's also going to make you do things faster. So not only is there, for some of you, it's time-sensitive things that you have to do in a timely manner. For others of you, you doing these classes, the training, the getting the certificate, the high marks is going to make things speed up for you after the fact. Just depends on which Sagittarian you are, how this card is going to make sense to you. So listen to that one maybe again. So here you have 9 of Swords, Sagittarius. Sorry, I don't like that card for you, but we have to see why it's here. This card can mean grieving the loss of a breakup of a love relationship. It can also mean grieving the loss if someone had died and passed away and you're having grief. It could also be not feeling well. Maybe you're not feeling well. Maybe you're worried about somebody in your family or close to you that's not feeling well. You could be having sleepless nights or migraine headaches. These cards can mean many multiple things. The 9 of Swords is one that happens to mean a lot of different things. You feel guilty, you feel bad, and you feel a little crushed about something that's happened. The feeling I get is you are going to feel like you had to burn some bridge behind you. And I see you having gone through a lot of struggle with this beforehand on how do I handle it. I see you thinking that, like you were struggling with it beforehand, going, how do I handle it? And I see you thinking, I had all the power within me to stop it, but I let it go. It's like you wanted it to change. But for some reason, it hurt you to do it. Maybe you broke up with someone. Maybe you're ending a relationship, or a relationship ends that was really not healthy for you. And even though it's not your fault for some reason, I feel like I don't feel like you're really sad about it. Totally. Yeah, a little bit. More like bittersweet, but in some ways I feel like you wanted it to go this way, but you have guilt over it. I see it plaguing you. You're thinking, I have to make the right decision. I have to do the right decision. It's plaguing me. That's what I hear from my guides. It actually, even though it may sound like it's a negative, I don't really feel like it's as negative as you may feel in the moment, because I feel like something now is changing and it's going to free something up in your life so now you can move on. You're going to be moving forward. Even though this looks like a melancholy card, and you may have some melancholia at the time, I don't feel like you got broken up with, though. Maybe, but I feel more like you did it, or you let something happen because you wanted to see something improve and change in your life, and you felt like it just wasn't going to happen unless you allowed this to occur, or this is what happened. It could very well involve either the Knight of Pentacles or the Knight of Cups in your reading. I feel it's more likely connected to the Knight of Cups. And I see you feeling like I have to remain strong and I can't fall apart because there's other people I'm responsible for, or there's people that need me. So I see you trying to remain strong and hold it together. But again, not to belabor the point, I'm not really sure, Sagittarius, that you were like, that somebody broke it off with you. That's not really the feeling I have here. I feel like you may have done it, or there was a discussion about whether something could have been a business relationship. Doesn't necessarily mean it had to be love. Or it could have even been a family relationship. Like if you were like, you know what, I can't keep going round and round with you anymore. We have to not talk, or we have to like take a break from talking to each other. It could be a friend or a family member for some of you. But for some of you, it's a partnership you had that was like a love relationship that you just felt like you can't do it anymore, or they may have been trying to push some agendas or manipulations or get something going in a particular direction. You didn't really want to see it going because you didn't think it was going to pan out. And so therefore what you decided to do was to, if maybe they say, well, that's it. If you don't do it, then we're done. And maybe you were like, Okay, like you may have let something like that happen, but it may have happened because you weren't going along with what they wanted to do, because you wanted change of some sort. And for some of you, this Knight of Pentacles could be a new love relationship that came in and blew your socks off, and that's why you were like, well, I got to let this Knight of Cups go. You have to see how it plays out for you. It's going to be different for all of you, and there were multiple meanings throughout the cards. As always, with the general readings, it's much trickier that way. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. I want to thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plussing. I do truly appreciate that. And please remember to subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you're interested in getting my 10-card Celtic Cross Psychic Tarot readings for each sign of the zodiac for the new year of 2019, you can access those videos by clicking on the link below in the Show More section, and it will take you to those videos on Vimeo. And you can also get them by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com. Click on the videos tab on my menu, and there it will probably either be the first or second video series listed at the top of that page. You just click on your sign, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. Also, if you're interested, you can get my psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac by clicking on the other link below this video, and it will take you to those videos for the month of January 2019. And they're also available on my Vimeo on-demand page and also on my website. Go to that videos page on my menu, and it will be either the first or second video series listed on that page. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic and happy, blessed, healthy, and prosperous new year. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.